yeah.
You're live.
Bing, bing, bing. Bring it on home. Just checking it out here. 1 second. All right, make sure. Oh, yeah, we're working, baby. We're working.
You have your mic on?
I do not have a mic on today. You're going to have to come in a little closer, probably.
Because I can hear you mumbling, and if I'm hearing you
It's a
mumble.
little bit tough to mumble, Tom, but I got my Sunday going out to meeting mask. I don't really go out to meeting that often, but I want everybody to remember, I told you I'm going to make it stink about this vote thing, so remember to vote. My glasses get all fogged up. I got my nice new mask. I love this mask. I think it's awesome. But I do. I use it when I go to the Price Club, when I'm out in public. I really, other than that...
Your dress mask.
What?
Your dress mask.
My dress mask, yeah. We're all, you're seeing that it's kind of getting a little fashion thing going on with this mask thing. It's, hey, you know, it is what it is.
Jimmy Frozen in the house.
Bring it on home. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Happy Oyster Show. I am your host, Bart Burke. We got Skipper T in the house. I think want to see your lovely face, Skipper.
Oh, please. Well, whatever.
You know, come on over. Come on over and say hello. There you go. Nice.
Good morning. I'll say hello.
All right, everything's up and running.
So I'm going to go back to my camera.
Quick, I guess, if you really want to. You really don't like being in front of the camera, which I understand.
I love being in front of the camera, but not this.
You know,
but not this camera.
It's a limit thing. Did I show you guys? We put a new propeller on our boat. I'll get that later. Today's show. Where am I going with today's show? Really interesting today's show. Kind of full circle almost. It only took 3 years to do it, maybe a little bit more. It all started in the spring of 2017. Coming into our last and final season at the bike shop, and had a
But yeah, we didn't know we weren't defined at that time, though.
Yeah, it wasn't defined at that time, but it was
dialogue.
It was in talks, and because that happened really quick too. But a friend came by that we knew, and he said, "I need a place to stay," and he knew that we had maybe some houses or this or apartments or room or whatever it may be, because, you know, throughout life, and I've known this guy for quite a while. An ex-police officer in the village of West Hampton Beach. Great guy, known him when we were way back, bicycles and stuff, getting the bicycle cops on bikes. A friend. Sure, I got something for you. Upstairs in the apartment, one thing leads to another, we start to converse. He starts to say, you know, Bar, he says, oh, I forgot to mention the fact that he's also a cancer brother.
Twin, almost.
A twin, yeah. He's a little bit farther recovered than I am, but the same exact cancer is what he had that I had, and went through hell just like I did. And so we're kind of brothers in that way as well. He said to me, he says, you know, why don't you become an oyster farmer? I'm raising these little baby oysters, and I'll sell you these little oysters, and you go put them out in the bay, and then take them. And I started to listen to him, and I listened a little bit more, and then he started to go for some numbers, man. And I'm like, wow, okay, that sounds pretty good. Let me, okay.
Oysters people.
And I'm like, wow, you know, out in the bay, I don't have to deal with it. Oh, that sounds pretty. Let me come down there and see what you got going on, my man. So I went down there, and oh my goodness, he's got these big tubes with this green stuff swirling around. He's got these cauldron type things with these little itty bitty black dots in there. And I'm like, oh man, this is cool. This is science. This is exciting. And the numbers are sounding good, and everything's sounding good, and everything's great, and I'm in, man, I'm in. Well, you know, the only thing is that, you know, it's a little bit tough to, you know, I'm like, oh, great, can I do it out here in Mauritius? Can I get the boat off of Baycrest or wherever and just go? No, you can't. The trustees, Southampton Town trustees, don't allow it in Southampton Town waters. Oh, all right. Well, where else can you do it? Well, you can do it in the Peconic, provided that you have a lottery and you have to hope and pray that you get picked, and then you have to, oh, really? Then the Peconic Baykeeper came along for us. And shout out to the Peconic Baykeeper. Thank you so much for giving us the spot, allowing us, renting us, being our landlord to cultivate on 5 precious acres of that huge Peconic Bay, we got a little itty bitty dot that we can raise oysters. Great. This is 2017. Then the whole thing started to come into play. If you're not familiar with us, come on over to the Happy Oyster Instagram page. Come in here, Kate. Here is the picture of me, March 10th, 2018, with my buddy at the West Hampton Hatchery, and we got a tank there, and blah, 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 and we went live. That was episode 1.
I remember
One
that.
of our most viewed videos, too, Skipper T, by the way. One of the top 10. There it is. Isn't that something? So now that brings, and here comes the boat, and we documented this all the way through. And then I decided, here I am working on Paul McCormick, Great Gun Shellfish's Farm. Again, slowly. So Neil says to me, he says, you gotta come up to Southold and come meet a friend of mine. Okay, sounds good to me. Yeah, he runs this program for the public. It's all volunteers, and he's got a whole bunch, and he's with Cornell Cooperative, and his name is Kim, and you gotta meet this guy. He's really cool. Wait a minute, T.
There's my buddy, the,
Who?
I just saw my light.
You what?
My light.
Your light. What light?
Aw.
Oh, yeah, drunk light. Yeah, come on over to our Instagram. A lot of
I gotta
fun,
get
a lot of
him, we gotta get him
information.
fixed in Marshfield.
What's that?
We gotta put him in Marshfield.
Who?
The light.
Oh, the drunk guy?
Yeah.
Where is it now? I know it's coming up soon. Again, this is a while. Oh, here it is. Here's my buddies up at SPAT. Okay? Here's the guy I'm talking about. Kim Tidrow.
The man, the sensei.
The sensei. The guy that has taught me a lot. The guy that has taken me under his wing and has helped me out and really taught me everything, because I knew if I wanted to talk to the Southampton Town trustees, I had to know what I'm talking about. And I had to have a working model of an oyster farm in order to say, listen guys, this is what can be done. This is how we can preserve the bay. This is how we can preserve the lifestyle of the baymen out here. It's going to protect the environment. It's going to do all these things. I would be talking out my ass if I didn't have a working model that's up and running in order to talk to these guys.
And reputable.
So, again, been in business for a while, got a lot of contacts, been in politics, right? It's just a level up. Southampton Town Trustees is just a little bit up from the Village of West Hampton Beach Trustees, and my wife was involved in that, and you know, it's politics, it's local politics. And I cannot stand the fact that we have to be separated when it comes to local politics. We all are here for the same reason. So it really pisses me off, but that's beside the point. So I knew that we had to have a working model, so we do. So we started off, and where else? Get education. So you know what you're talking about. When you talk to somebody, you can talk to them educated and answer their questions responsibly and truthfully, and what they, you know, period. That's it. So off we went to Oyster Mecca or whatever, this epicenter I feel is up there at Cornell. And there's a bunch, I met a couple more people over there, Greg Rivara, Chris Pepperell. These guys are getting it together. They got the shellfish restoration program going for New York State. That's going great. They are the epicenter. Cornell Cooperative helps out Eastern Long Island shellfish immensely. And I became friends with the directors up there. So lo and behold, we keep going. We're always tossing back and forth ideas. And again, Long Island is producing some of the best product on the planet. And there is absolutely no reason why your local shellfish stores, farmers markets, wherever they sell shellfish should definitely have Long Island oysters. I had to pull out my briefcase. My briefcase came out the other day, and we'll get into that in half a minute. But
I'm missing that.
What's that?
I'm missing that. I am.
This is Tony's, and I kind of absconded.
I know, I'm missing it.
But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna come right to the choice. My briefcase, first envelope in there is a business plan. Again, I'm coming back to 2017. Here it is, the Happy Oyster United States of America Small Business Administration Business Plan, Form 8A. And everything is in there. And then COVID came. And then what am I going to do? So now my business plan had to change a little bit.
We're going to adapt.
Adapt the business plan. But again, you always remember, the reason you have a plan is because you want to make sure. So lo and behold, I ran into this same gentleman again, and one thing led to another, and you got oysters, Bart? And yeah, I do. You selling any? I'm like, yeah, I'm selling some oysters. I'm pretty select on who I sell them to because, I'll be honest, I'm not pursuing it too much, and I don't want to be pissing anybody off. I mean, other farmers, they're working hard, man, they're doing this, and these guys have adapted. They're going door to door, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're really kicking it. They're doing a great job, by the way. And again, Long Island, I'm not, so again, talking to this guy, blah, blah, blah. Well, what kind of oysters? Well, I get my oysters from Connecticut. Connecticut. Well, I'm getting them from locally, but the local guy is getting them from Connecticut, and I'm like, really? Well, let me see. Yeah, no. Okay, yeah. I'd love to sell you oysters. I'm not stepping on anybody's toes. Connecticut guys, hey man, this is kind of our turf. You got your turf.
Power to them though for.
Power to them. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
But that put a light on my ass and said, "Oh, local fish place. I grow them in that town. They should be sold in that town. I think, especially whatever.
This makes sense.
It just makes so much sense." So here we go to Southampton town again. Any questions out there so far?
A lot of hellos to everybody.
A lot of hellos. So in the last 3 years after my business plan was going on, again, my ultimate goal is to do it in my own strong town waters, right? So again, I'm into this, I'm into that, I'm into these guys, I'm mingling within the whole oyster deal. And I hear rumblings a while ago about some sort of a report or something that was done by Southampton Town. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. So I just shut my mouth and I listened a little bit more. And about 6 months, 8 months goes by, and lo and behold, comes up again. And, oh, yeah, we're getting a copy of that. Oh, yeah, I'd love a copy of that. Okay. Here it is.
2003.
Potential impacts of small-scale commercial mariculture in Southampton public waters. Feasibility study prepared for the Southampton Town Board of Trustees in Southampton, New York, dated April 2003. It's an extensive report about everything that it takes to do it. 2017. Still can't do it. Why? Did this thing just kind of get one of those, or what are they? Well, it's come up again, and it's surfaced. And it's exciting. And we have a working model, and I'm pumped about it. And I'm really looking forward to working together to help everybody. This could be a savior for the baymen in our area to help subsidize their income. I'm not saying for them to change, I'm saying that this could help them. And we need to work together. The farmer and the clammer, the bayman, the wild harvest guy, we have to work together. Because it won't work otherwise. And if we want to preserve everybody, the boat guys work, this guy, everybody out there. We want to preserve just our whole community. And to keep Long Island, again, sustainability.
Heritage, legacy, history.
All of these things, we're going to have to change and adopt a little bit. Just like my business plan was ready to change, and is changing and adopting, just like we all have to learn how to change and adopt. Subsidize the baymen, I think it could help. Again, Long Island, we are producing, it's obvious that we're not producing enough product for Long Island. Farmers and year, blah, 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 blah. supplement their income with a part-time aquaculture program, and Southampton Town could help them in how it's done. Again, not just, here you go, have at it. That's not gonna work. I'm not saying to regulate the shit out of it either. I don't wanna do that either. Just some supervision, some togetherness.
Guidance.
Some
Cohesiveness?
Cohesiveness. Thank you, Skipper T. What the hell did I do with my coffee? Oh, there it is. So anyway, that's all I got for you on that. And that's where we are going. We're going to test some product in a half a second from the Happy Oyster Company. They only wanted 7 bags, they didn't want 8, or they didn't want 10, or they didn't want whatever. I held the bag back for my own personal consumption, and also for a little trial. Let's see what happens here. I'm probably going to eat a good portion of them today, but we will keep some on for next week to see how long they last in the refrigerator. This is how long an oyster lasts in the refrigerator.
And you can talk about the proper storage of them with the belly, the cup
Proper
down.
storage, all of the
Proper
above.
handling from ship to shore,
Proper
ship
handling.
to stomach.
Thank you, Tony Joe, Skipper T, for that. I just wanted to share one thing with you about branding. And this company in France, what they're doing. I showed this to Skipper T, and sure enough, it's just about hit the floor. This is also something where I'm kind of working towards a little bit, is branding and genetics and making them grow fast and making them grow quick and all of that kind of stuff. So I wanted to share this video with you guys. I'm gonna have to turn on the volume. I hope that works, maybe. Oh, wait a minute, I go over here. Stop that. Okay. I kind of like the music. It's just music, though.
Not a bad work environment.
Beautiful. Kind of reminds me of Long Island, but it's France. Look at the size of that facility.
Beautiful cup, depth.
Crazy.
Oyster with his happy face.
Crazy. $4 million that company put into that project to laser etch every single oyster. Why? To protect their brand. Let's go test some oysters. Maybe you're here and we're going to shoot it into the refrigerator. We're switching. We're switching. Let me get on my little glass. Let me get on my fancy glove.
Yeah, I just made a note to see where I can get some of those because we
These
need.
are sweet, man. These are
Yeah,
really,
we
if you're
each
gonna
need
get
one.
this- If you're gonna do this for the real deal, we got organic milk in our refrigerator. We got beautiful beer. We got this imitation smoked pulled pork beef, and then we got this big pile of oysters right here. Every bag has 103 smiles in it. Why is it 103? Why? Because 103 is a number that is a very good number, and I'm not going to get all superstitious and all crazy and everything, but everything good, usually in threes. Everything bad, usually in threes. 103. Feeling tight?
Mm-hmm.
Got these little shells on here. That's kind of a pain in the neck. Do have some tube worm on there, but it's not bad. Kind of sounds like rocks in a bag, right?
Which make point about this rock, that you can hear the difference, difference between a live oyster and a dead oyster.
Well,
They're hollow when they're, the sound of them.
the sound, yeah. You can tell when you know the dead ones are going through the tumbler, can't you, Tom?
Oh, yeah, yes, you can.
How's the tumbler working for us, Tom?
Phenomenal.
Does it work?
Phenomenally. Awesome.
Do you think it's like a must-have?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I like the fact, that, as I've said to you before, I like the fact that before we start tumbling, Freddie and I, we put them out, we pick through them, we're able to pick through them to get rid of the dead ones. And how do we know they're dead? Good question out there, audience. Is the shell is open. So when we see the open shell, we just fling them overboard and sort through the dead ones to get rid of bulk. Jimmy Frozen says they look so clean.
I do a side shuck motion. I just like the idea of the side shuck and jamming all of that. They're still pretty tough to open. That's a good thing. These have been in the refrigerator for how long, Tony?
2 days.
Let me give you guys a little presentation, a little Philly flip, they call that. There's that shell part I don't want in there. Looking tight too. Nice plump meats, deep cup. Really superb looking oyster.
Pure slurpness.
Yeah. Just enjoyable at 8 o'clock in the morning. Enjoyable at 8 o'clock at night.
Enjoyable at 10 o'clock in the morning.
It's kind of like chips.
Josephine's saying just like mussels and clams.
You can't have just one. Give that a little wiggle along the side. Out she comes. Give it a little scrape to get that top goodness off.
Wiggle it just a little bit.
Would you like the Philly flip again? Oh, by the way, I found this oyster knife was inside the cage.
Yeah. We test when we're out there. Joe's saying shucking is an art. It certainly,
Well,
it is. It's a learned art, which, hence, me and the Glover getting tight.
oh man, that's good. It just doesn't get any better. This is premium stuff, guys. Long Island has some of the best oysters out there. Whether they're coming from the North Fork, the South Fork, the Sound, East Hampton, Southampton, Brookhaven, Islip, Aquabog, Riverhead, South Hope. Did I miss any towns?
Blue Point, Oyster Bay.
Long Island, guys. What? Wait, come in tight, Tony. This one's talking to me down here. Listen to him. Do you hear him?
Yeah, I can.
He's saying, "Eat me."
He is.
All right. I'll be happy to.
Jim
guys,
Payne, oysters for breakfast, lucky guy.
like I said, it's kind of like chips, man.
Oyster omelet.
Somebody was saying something about an oyster milkshake. Okay, again, here we go. How many oysters did we open?
All of them.
No, 3.
Oh, 3. Right, yeah, there we go, yeah.
Okay, things happen in 3. Now
Jimmy
we're
Frozen,
saying-
your hard work's paid off.
Now we're saying thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right,
Any questions out there?
guys, we're gonna go harvest tomorrow, I hope.
Yeah, ask if there are any questions?
Any questions, anything anybody needs to ask? We're out there doing it, we're having a good time. It's all about having fun. I'm glad I'm not pissing anybody off.
Are you, the bicycle lady, are you selling?
We are selling oysters wholesale. That is our business plan. We are not selling oysters to the public. Again, come back to my business plan. It came in, my business plan, the plan was to sell wholesale, be done with it, not have to deal with the public. And that's where we're at. The plan, now, will the plans change? Will things adopt? Do we have the knowledge and the ability to ship worldwide? Been there, done that, different product, but we have the t-shirt to prove that we have done that. Thermal printers and bags and boxes and and just all of that stuff that goes along with being my past life. We're on top of it, but we are not doing that yet. And again, slowly. I'm concerned that if I get too much promotion going and whatnot and we cannot meet the demand, then there's a problem. That's something that you have, again, balance. Back and forth and back and forth. We have to balance good versus evil. I got nothing more.
Well, I think we got to mention our sponsors.
Oh, I forgot sponsors. Just a real quickie. You know, when you're harvesting, NETMINDER. They can't hear me probably yet. NETMINDER product, the coating that we use on our stuff, it works. We're harvesting now. I've been starting to pull some oyster cages off. We have been building a lot because we are looking for a little expansion. Turn that thing around, Tony Joe. I'm going to give you just one basket that was coated and left out there. It was coated and left out there for 5 months in the heavy, growthing, fouling, nasty, ugly conditions. But also the most amount of growth happens during those times, so you have to make sure that you have to have good flow and you don't want the little squares to get clogged up. Lost my hat. There it is. Not bad. It was sitting in the mud, so this part didn't get too bad. But the rest of it, 5 months, not one drip, not one smidgen of biofouling.
You know what we can do too is when we are pulling up the cages and they're whatever they look like on the other side, we can take pictures for Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, it's so important to keep the flow growing.
Oop, I almost tripped, okay.
To make your oysters look like this, you gotta have good flow. Guys on the surface, they also get a nice good flow. We gotta pull them up and tumble them and do all of that. You know, every site has its own deal. Every site has its own taste. Every site has its own profile. That's what makes it great.
And that's like, if people can compare it to, stay here.
I was moving over.
Yeah. You can compare it to, no, I haven't said so, I can step in here.
Sorry.
You can compare it to a fine wine. You know, anyone who knows about winemaking, it's all by the land, the soil, the terroir that the grapes from wine grapes are grown in to differentiate their taste. And as with oysters, depending upon which body of water the oysters are raised, the salinity, the thickness, the texture,
the shell
growth, everything is all geared to where they are, so it's very indicative of Long Island.
And it also indicative of how that farmer treats his oyster. There's something to that too.
Right, if you tumble, you don't tumble.
And there's nothing wrong with whatever your technique is.
Each farm has their own way of raising their babies. And you're following along with us, which we're very grateful for, that you've been with us. We love you guys, and you've come along with our journey. And we are documenting it, as you've heard us say. And those of you who have come over with us from the bike shop, you know what we're all about. We're looking to get Long Island on the map. We're looking to help any emerging oyster farmer with any help. You know where to get a hold of us. Reach out to us. We're genuine. And we love you guys. We're glad you're with us. Jimmy Frozen, good to see you here, baby.
Thank you guys.
And all of you, Jim Payton, Cycle Lady, all of you.
Yeah, special shout out to all you guys. We got to do more of that shout out. So I appreciate all your comments each and every week.
Cornell, OysterTracker. I want to hit up OysterTracker is one of our sponsors. I talked to Chip last week, who was asking how we're making out with our inventory tracker.
That is one of our weaknesses right now, is our inventory. I'll be honest, inventory is one of our problems. We're working on it. We're working on that. Also, you know what I updated last night was on our printer for our tags. Oh, cool.
So we can do our printer right on the boat, waterproof. So
bang, bang, bang. So we don't have to handwrite what that. Oh, you didn't write it. Oh, it was written. Oh yeah, you can. It's all written. It's all scratched off. Your quantity and the time and whatnot. You just hit the button and out comes the ticket. Again, you try to make it as automated and as simple as possible to create masses, but you have to do it economically as well. $4 million to protect your brand.
we're not there yet.
But you know that's what has to be done sometimes. So come on board.
Thank you.
Giddy up.
Thank you, ePaint, for your awesome product. It's amazing. Every day I'm constantly yelling when I'm out there, like, oh my God, look at the difference of
Look at how clean it is.
how clean it is. I just can't imagine people, other farmers that are out there that aren't using it. It just saves so much time, and it allows, especially the oysters, we need the flow. Cornell Cooperative, another one of our sponsors. Thank you.
Thank you.
All the
That's where it all
education,
started.
Bard volunteer,
That's where it started.
learning,
2017. That's where it started. That's off to Cornell.
education, Bard taking all that knowledge and putting it towards our farm, as well as supporting others that are out there. And as he talked about, we'd like to use that knowledge to help support the town of Southampton with a commercial operation to keep the heritage, the history, the sustainability, feeding ourselves. And another point too, I'm going to jump in here too, is oysters are loaded with zinc. And guess what beats the flu and COVID and keeps us healthy? Keeps those bad things at bay is zinc. So they're great for our immune system to keep us all healthy. We are feeling, both of us are feeling great. We've made some changes in our lifestyle.
You're looking great.
We're both looking.
I'm feeling great.
I'm feeling great too. We're doing what we have to do, and my mantra's become control what I can, let the rest go.
All right.
So there you have it, right? I have sponsors. Love you guys. Thanks for here. I'm gonna get behind the camera. You can sign off.
I got nothing more to say other than the fact that I think I need another little dose of zinc is what I think.
Yeah, they'll put the babies to put
You know,
the
guys, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to check us out and to have fun with us and tune in each and every week. I want everybody to be cool. I want everybody to be kind. I want everybody to get along. I want everybody to be happy, be cool, be kind, and of course, eat me! We'll see you next week. I love you guys.
Where's my stop?